Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about an excerpt from Proverbs. It's chapter 6, verse 16 through 19 are the verses we're going to focus on, but I'm actually going to read a little bit earlier than that, around verse 12. But if you look at the thumbnail of the video, it says, "Is it right to hate?" And in the Bible, it's pretty clear about hate. Hate is work of the devil, right? So you're not supposed to hate anyone. However, you can hate actions and you can hate things. And in Proverbs here, it says, in verse 6, 16 through 19, it says, here's the 6 things that the Lord hates, and then basically 7 things that he detests. So haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who sows discord in a family. That's Proverbs 6, 16 through 19. So let's actually read it and see what it says here. So in Proverbs 6, we'll start around verse 12. It says, "A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a frowned mouth. He winketh his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, and he teacheth with his fingers." So basically it says you should learn by his actions that he's not a good man or not to be trusted, because he speaketh with his feet and teacheth with his fingers. Forwardness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief continually, and he soweth discord. So mischief and discord reduce the peace, and they are inherently evil. That's not something that's supposed to be happening. Discord is driving any false misunderstandings between people, or trying to rack up any issue or tension between people. That's what discord is in this sense. Verse 15 says, "Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy." So if you're one of these evil people that do these evil things, seeking out discord or creating discord between people, sowing that and devising mischief, then that tells you exactly what's going to happen. Calamity is on the way for you, right? That's Proverbs, that's verse 15. So here we are at 16 through 19. "These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him." Okay, so 17 says, "A proud look." So someone that is full of pride. "A lying tongue." So someone who is lying constantly. "Hands that shed innocent blood." Anyone that hurts anyone that's innocent. Innocent doesn't suggest that it's just merely children, babies, unborn babies, the elderly, but innocent means people that aren't involved in your wickedness, whatever that is. So it doesn't have to be a child or a baby to be innocent blood. But to those that have questions about abortion, there's your answer right now there. "These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look is one, a lying tongue is one, hands that shed innocent blood is another." Verse 18 says, "A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations." So someone who's plotting in evil ways. "And feet that be swift in running into mischief." So all those people that are looting and everything else that's going on that you see in these cities that have fallen to the stupidity that is liberal voting. It's right there in the Bible, guys. You don't have to look anywhere else. It's right there. It's saying these are things that God hates. So the Bible says God will not be mocked. And if you're doing something that God hates, you will pay that price, whatever that may be. And it may be, at the end of your life, it may be 2 years from now, it may be a month from next Tuesday. Who knows when it will be? But the Bible says, surely, just as God does not change, what he says will happen will happen. Okay? 19 says this, "A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among his brethren," or someone that sows discord within their family. If you are familiar with this discord situation, for example, there are many, many families that have been broken up because of the actions of 1 or 2 people. And those people stay in their wicked ways, and if people are righteous and true, then they can't stay around that. It's just impossible to stay around that. If you're good, you cannot function in a way that is evil. And if you're good and you're upright, you can't live around that and be okay with it to the point that you could just sit there and let it be. So that's the point. Is good and evil, they don't attract to one another. One looks to destroy the other, and that's what that is saying. "A false witness that speaketh lies." So someone that's lying constantly. So let's use politicians, for example. They will be penalized for what they do. they will be punished for what they do. So let's say if there's a politician that gets up in front of all of America and the rest of the world, whoever tunes into that television show, and says things that they promised to do, even though they've been in office for multiple years and done none of them, and sits up there and says these perpetual things, whatever it may be, that I'm going to do this carrying on from here forward, etc., etc., that's lies. And granted, you may have an esteemed political career and you may be a millionaire after the fact, but in the end, you're going to pay for that because you've impacted people's lives in a negative way because you are a liar and a thief and you sow discord, right? So that is the most important part. So I wanted to go back to say what it says specifically. It says there are 6 things that the Lord hates and 7 things that he detests. And then it goes into what those things are. And throughout the Bible, you have multiple examples of each one of these items and how they're used against other people. And there will be punishment for that. So remember that God is not mocked. The world is his. And talk about the innocents and those that shed the blood of innocents. I'll mention Victor Marx. Right now, in the last month, he and his crew have been in Haiti trying to protect huge orphanages of children, a huge orphanage of children, over 10,000 kids, I think, were there in the beginning, where gangs were trying to come and actually kill these people, kill these children, kill these human beings so that they could harvest their body parts and sell them into trades that are awful to mention on here. So be aware that the world is not necessarily the world that we live in America or Western countries. We have securities that are in place, that have been in place for hundreds of years. Now we do have internal foes trying to tear those things down. But at the end of the day, those that are weak and those that need protection are protected in this country more so than they are elsewhere in the world, and they are in Western countries more so than they are in the rest of the world. So when you're seeing things like this, you're seeing things that actually are threats for us all, but we just don't live through those threats as much in the Western world as they do elsewhere. So that's why this is extremely important and extremely relevant. When you think about haughty eyes, it's people that are looking at other people with intent, or lusting, or envying other things. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, where someone's constantly telling lies, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who sows discord in a family. That's Proverbs 6, verse 16 through 19, and we actually started at verse 12. So take this in mind, and if you're someone witnessing these things and you're sick and tired of it, realize there is a reckoning, okay? Just do the best you can to protect you and yours from these things and from people that do this. And understand, if someone in your house or your own family is doing this, once you try to correct the action, the only thing you can do is push them away, get away from them. You want to forgive them, yes, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself and the rest of your family. So if you have one person that is inherently evil and doing evil things and choosing to do evil things, then that's between them and God. I don't say judge them, but separate them from the rest of your family so your family can have peace and you don't burn the whole tree down at the sake of one limb. Okay, so please pray about those things and make the decisions you should do. But remember, if you look in the Bible, Proverbs verse 6, it'll tell you a little bit about that. And also the whole chapter 6 of Proverbs, verse 16 through 19. But the whole chapter 6, if you read that, it goes into pretty well what's going to happen to folks that have specifically evil intent and are trying to strum that issue inside of parties that are pure and trying to do the right thing. So if you like subject matter such as this, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please recommend it to others. Maybe share it here or there on social media and see if we can get more into the channel. We are trying to get it growing, and it has grown a good bit in the last month, which I appreciate. We'll have more stuff similar to this coming forward in the future. I'm Ben. Be good.